Welcome to another episode of the Deuce and Don podcast. I'm your host, Deuce. Alongside me, we got
Don Blake.
Yes, sir.
Deuce and Don, we are back, man. And for this episode, we do something a little different. We're doing a TV show reviews. I kind of want to have something a little lighthearted and fun, you know what I mean? So right now, we've been looking at some of these comic book shows,
Yeah.
And so the first one we're going to talk about is
Daredevil.
Yeah.
I know it's recently Daredevil Born Again. It's a carryover from the Netflix series. I don't know if you watched that.
So here's the thing about Daredevil, right? So real quickly, before we begin talking, I want to let everybody know it's the first 3 episodes of Daredevil Born Again has been out. So spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the first 3 episodes, make sure y'all watch it before y'all tune in. Or if you don't care, just keep watching. Just know we're going to reveal shit. Yeah. So here's the thing about Daredevil. I have never watched any of that previous Netflix show, anything with Daredevil, and I've never read any of the comics. So
No, I
this
figured
is my
you like Daredevil.
Yeah.
Italian, man. You know what I'm saying? A little.
Daredevil's Italian?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wait. Maybe, but anyway, I'll have to do my research. But in terms of like my previous thing with Daredevil, like I've never watched any of the Netflix or read any of the comics of it before. So this is my introduction to it. What I'll say about the first episode was at first I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I was like,
I thought you already watched it. That's why I recommend you to
watch. That's why we chose this one.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good show on Netflix. Like a lot of people.
You said it, and I watched it immediately.
That's why Marvel brought it back. Like that, they're If you love Daredevil, later on, you'll start to see the Punisher. They had this show.
Yeah, I know about the Punisher too.
Did you watch
I read some comics.
Hey, amazing! That's an amazing show. I love that show.
But yeah, in terms of the first episode, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I was like, all right. Because, so here's what I knew about Daredevil before. I knew he was a blind superhero and he had extended and better senses because he's blind pretty much. And that's kind of like his superpower. But what was going on was they would have these things with conversations and then all of a sudden it'd shift and then somebody's opening a door and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? But it started, but then the fight started happening and shit started getting crazy. Motherfuckers was getting stabbed 15 times.
Yeah, his name is Bullseye. He was on the Netflix show too. He's basically mad accurate. When you throw shit, it's on point. Kind of like Hawkeye a little bit. But
he got poked 15 times and was just still standing ate that shit like cookies and cake, man. But so then I was like, all right, we really getting this shit going, and so from a plot standpoint, I was still a little confused, but it was going all right, But then it started to make a little more sense as it was going on. After the main intro, and he dropped his helmet pretty much, and the horn was missing and whatnot. And I was like, okay, it's, now they hooked me in, But then it started to make more sense as it went on, You know what? I'm gonna ask you this now about Daredevil Born Again. So the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk,
yes.
How do you feel about his character?
Oh, he's one of the best characters on the show. He's that dominant tyrant type of person. Hey, he's not even a superhero. He's just legit strong. That's the thing
just
about
Suge Knight.
Yeah, he's basically Suge Knight. White Suge Knight.
White Suge Knight.
Yeah, my boss Suge Knight.
Yeah, man.
Hey, he's
no. Fuck that, President Suge Knight.
Yeah,
damn near.
Yeah.
I mean, they got him as the president, so that was oh shit. Because I've seen I'm familiar with the Kingpin. If anybody's that's a real Spider-Man fan knows about the Kingpin.
Yeah,
Kingpin's
actually he's more aligned with Daredevil actually in comics.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I actually didn't know that.
That's really his Green Goblin or Joker.
So that's his main antagonist. Yeah. Okay, I actually didn't know that. So I got a lot to learn in terms of Marvel, despite the Don Blake name.
I can tell you some stuff, bro. I got you.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, so with Kingpin, I was always familiar with him being in in terms of a villain roles, a sort of just a mob boss. But now he's kind of both with it in terms of the fact that they have him as a president. So when I found out he was not president, mayor
of New York.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So now what I was like, yo, this is a different angle from it, in terms of I've never seen this character from this here. And the actor is really good. His voice, he got a booming voice.
Yeah.
He's really intimidating. I think the actor for Daredevil does a good job too. He seems like a real troubled person, kind of
his struggle, depression sometimes,
definitely
do a lot of stuff with his family, his friends.
Exactly.
He feels a lot of pain. He uses his Daredevil side to really just express that. especially being as a vigilante. You know how Kingpin outlawed all that.
Right.
And it's kind of in Netflix. It's kind of like they draw some stuff back from the other show, so it's kind of like it's a lot of things you might not really get. Basically, Kingpin and Daredevil made a agreement that he would stop being Daredevil,
right?
And Kingpin would stop, doing his crimes or whatever,
right?
But you can see now with Kingpin becoming mayor and him outlawing, making sure Daredevil can never act again,
right?
You don't know what type of shit he's about to be doing.
For sure.
Crimes or whatever not. He's going to expect Daredevil not to do anything. But
right.
you know how this shit go.
Of course. Somebody's going to push it a little further, and then next thing you know, and that's what was crazy to me about the third episode. You were right. You told me, shit starts to really kick up in the third episode. I love the second episode was great to me too, but the third, that was crazy because, the White Tiger had his trial, For those that don't know, basically he's a character that he's basically... He is in a way a superhero. Yeah, because he does have abilities, and so he's fighting crime in the New York streets, and he gets caught up.
White Tiger's basically like, think of him like a less powered Black Panther. So he's kind of intertwined with Iron Fist. So like whatever, have you ever watched Iron Fist or you know anything about Iron Fist?
I have not.
Okay, he's kind of like, he's not like a really powerful guy. He's kind of like street level, like Daredevil and them, but like whatever. He's kind of like he worships this. I
don't think he's a super soldier.
No, he's just like he has this like iron, kind of like the Avatar, like just this punch shit. Like he channels energy.
Yeah,
shit. But the people that he is in with, like the clan or whatever, he's kind of intertwined with White Tiger in a way. So like it's kind of the similar type of power, kind of But,
right. Well,
but don't get too complicated. I was just giving you.
I'll tell you why we won't, because we won't be seeing him anymore.
That
motherfucker got boomed as soon as he beat the trial, and and then at that point I was like, all right, Wilson Fisk ain't playing, man. I was like, damn, I didn't expect that. I thought I was like, all right, I thought like he would at least make it to the end of the episode.
I thought they were gonna team up. Him and Daredevil were probably gonna fight some crime together. But
damn, Also, the way that they were protecting their witness was crazy because like they had him under like a level of the. Yeah. Where were they hiding though? Is my thing. Like in that truck, what I mean, or in a van, I should say. Like I guess they had like a platform where people could hide.
Hey, New York is a crazy place, bro. You probably hide anywhere. The bush.
Yeah.
Some shit.
I gotta get one of those vans, man.
Nah.
hide hella shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, man.
Did you saw the guy's vest when he walked away?
Which guy's vest?
The guy that shot White Tiger.
Oh yeah, that was the Punisher, bro.
Nah, hey.
That was the Punisher.
We don't know.
I think it was.
You think it was?
I think it was.
All right.
I think the Punisher is definitely going to get incorporated into the show. I mean, we've seen the tattoo with the logo, with the emblem on it.
Yeah,
so
with the police officers, they were trying to act, and do crimes in the name of the Punisher, So
it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be like Daredevil versus Kingpin and the Punisher now. So it's that's the way that's kind of my prediction of it,
So.
But it's definitely been a lot of fun, for somebody that has no background knowledge about that part of Marvel. When I was a kid, I read a lot of Hulk, Thor, Spider-Man, Iron Man comics, so that's kind of what I'm more familiar with. But the other sides of Marvel, I even read a lot of Scarlet Witch and Vision comics too.
I never really read the Scarlet
Witch. Those ones was like kind of not as popular as the ones I've mentioned before. But in terms of Daredevil, I'm not really as knowledgeable about it. So like when I was watching the show, I kind of didn't really know what to expect. I think having Kingpin there was a good thing because I think the actor does a good job with them, and he's definitely a menacing character. Like you have no idea what's about to happen, and I feel like he's going to become more unhinged as the series goes on. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the actor captures that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, do you see any similarities between Daredevil and Batman?
I do, because
it's kind of, Marvel has their way of like. There's a couple people or characters in the new universe that has like a Batman-esque feel, like
definitely
Daredevil, Moon Knight,
right.
Maybe Black Panther in a little bit. Like
I forgot about the Moon Knight series.
Yeah. Like you can kind of feel like the detective or the just methodical way of not having necessarily like universal powers or something like Superman, but like the tactitional, like they're all like
it just seem like strong humans with like that are like really good at combat. Exactly.
Yeah, trained fighters, exactly.
Yeah, and so but yeah, in terms of Daredevil, what else? Oh yeah, this is kind of stupid, but no, you know what? It's not stupid. We gotta hold these women accountable. She broke up with him over some shit that wasn't even his fault, man. The I think she was blonde haired or something. The woman that moved to San Francisco.
Page, yeah, the reporter that he worked with.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she was just like, I mean, all right, she moved to San Francisco, so maybe that's why they broke up. But she was acting like she couldn't handle it. Like when he was out there, I mean, I get it. Like, she watched, her friend die right in front of her. Yeah. And that's a tough experience. But it was not his fault. She's acting like she can't talk to him and whatnot over this because it's like too traumatic. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like, sad, but yeah, they all going through it. I feel like, they should go through it together. But it's all right though. He rebounded. I think he upgraded. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's with this therapist lady who happens to be Fisk's therapist, which is crazy, exactly. and she can't tell him because therapists are supposed to keep it confidential. So that's going to be an interesting twist to it, also. So I'm definitely impressed with the show. First episode, at the beginning, I was like a little bit skeptical. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But then it started to make sense. So now it's definitely interesting. Right now, first 3 episodes, I give it a 4.25 out of 5 stars. 4.25. Now you know, No, you know what? Let's make it easier. 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's a better one. What'd you give it out of 10 so far? First 3 episodes.
I'll probably give it like an 8 out of 10 right now.
I'm cool with that.
I feel like there's a lot of things we still have to see, like, because obviously Marvel is bringing the show in to introduce Daredevil into the MCU, right?
Right.
So we haven't really they mentioned, I think Kingpin mentioned like Spider-Man or something like that. But we have to see like how he's gonna interact with the rest of the universe,
right.
the characters around him, and if they can make it seamless, like connection, and make it seem like he's Daredevil is in the the actual universe around him, and he's not just a fighter in New York, just out there in another reality, because New York is where all the other characters are at,
right. And we got multiple boroughs in New York, so maybe Spider-Man to hold down Queens, have Daredevil. Daredevil, I think, is in Manhattan. It seems like because Gotham. Yeah, because Gotham. That's why it kind of would remind me of Batman, because Batman is in Gotham, and Gotham kind of resembles Manhattan, or like a broken down Brooklyn kind of. Gotham looked like hell, honestly. but that's another thing I like about this series, though, is that it's dark. It reminds me of DC, because honestly, this is probably a good transition too. I think when we were growing up in high school, like late high school, I think Marvel had it in terms of the comic book movies. Like it was really running shit. But lately, I think DC has been better, actually. And part of the reason why is the series we watched. We're going to talk about the entirety of this series, The Penguin.
Yeah.
What do you think about The Penguin?
Penguin's a phenomenal show. Actually, you look it up, it's like 10 out of 10 out. It's a perfectly rated show. I think it got awards like an Oscar or something like that. I don't know. It gotten a lot of positive reviews, and people were surprised that Marvel put out a show like this. DC put out a show like this, because although now they're doing good, they recently had their big hiccups with the last DCEU movies and the Supermans and the
Superman movie's been so garbage to me, bro. I haven't watched a good Superman movie yet, honestly. There might be a hot take.
Even the old.
Okay, I haven't watched the old Superman movies, but the Superman movies that came out when I was a kid, man, none of them were good to me, man. The Man of Steel joint was terrible to me.
All right.
They were fighting. They were fighting for so long. I didn't even care about the fight. I was like, bro, this fight has been going on for 50 minutes, man. I'm like, man, because somebody just died already. Just get the shit over with. It was like me. They be going through. I understand he's an alien. They be going through They're going through buildings like. You know what I mean? Yeah, ramming through skyscrapers, motherfuckers is hitting each other with boulders, not a scratch of blood, no nothing. It's just like, man, like I don't even give a shit anymore. But about the Superman movies. But you were saying, I'm sorry.
I was going to recommend. Nah, you good. Try out the show called Smallville. It's a show about Superman, but like it's a little bit long, like like 10 seasons.
What series is it, or what network?
I think it was on Hulu. It might still be on Hulu, but I got a place you can watch it if you don't.
Oh no, I got Hulu. Yeah. Hulu? Right, the only one I don't got is Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Too expensive.
Oh hell yeah, it's like $18-$20 now.
Yeah. So I got everything else.
Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah, in terms of the Penguin though, man, that was a great series. Colin Farrell was awesome as the Penguin. He was just a real cutthroat boss, bro.
Gave you Godfather vibes a little bit,
He's mean, man. You know what I mean? He's a master at deception, taking advantage of people. Yeah, man. I mean, it was almost insane to see what some of the, I mean, it was definitely insane to see the things he was doing, bro. Like how he was playing the family.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much making him seem like he'd be on one side, another, and then pretty much just like making him fight and then taking over the scraps, pretty much.
Yep.
And then, you know, taking over the drug game and whatnot. And then, man, bro, I mean, one scene specifically I look at though was the one where, also shout out to the actress who was Sophia Falcone. She was great, I thought too.
Yeah, she did a great job acting, and the way she was kind of deceptive too. And she's also
definitely
I don't know if you heard about the Falcones of Batman, but they're like
absolutely
okay. Well,
yeah, they're the crime family.
They're like the number one crime family in Gotham,
right?
Next to the Maronis too. You know,
right?
Gives you a lot of like that you know Italian mob type feel like. It's pot shots. Like one family gets the upper hand, another family gets the upper hand. It's like
right,
you know, gang wars. You know
exactly,
exactly how it is. So,
but in terms of how you know, in terms of like just straight up taking advantage and just like being completely ruthless, I thought Colin Farrell did a great job of just encapsulating that you know character.
He's a really smart villain, man. The Penguin. People sleep on the Penguin.
Because what happens is you as the viewer, you're starting to think, oh, wait, this guy's not that bad. And then he just does some crazy shit. And you're like, oh, never mind. Yep. And then you're like, yo, this guy's a menace. You know what I mean? And then, you know, like the relationship with his mother is another thing, man. Like him having to go in and out of buildings for her. You know, it's a whole thing. But then, I love... The Victor character is cool because of the fact that he's just a kid. And I think what was cool about him was the fact that they kind of made it so that it was sort of like a relatable kid. You know what I mean? Just like somebody
like an innocent type of feeling. Like he just wanted to like, you know, support and be
exactly
there for,
make a life out of himself, you know, and he ended up, you know, biting way more than he could chew in terms of this whole thing, you know, with him, you know, he just stole a tire from his car or something like that. And the next thing you know, he's working for him. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you start to see him break out of his shell pretty much in terms of his shyness as a character. But then, you know, he has a thing with his girlfriend and his girl says, you know, you should move out here. And then he decides not to because he realizes he can't join as soon as he leaves again. So he went with the money and man, it was sad at the end because that scene was where like,
the finale?
Yeah, that was crazy. Like when the way he killed Vic, man, it was sad. You know, honestly, I kind of saw it coming just because, like, you know, from my understanding of the Penguin, he's such a ruthless, emotionless, you know, with just no empathy whatsoever of a character. And so I figured, you know, he'd turn on everybody pretty much, even his mother. You know, his mother ended up turning on him first. So that was definitely interesting. But I didn't expect it to happen like that. You know what I mean? That was crazy. Definitely. Yeah.
Hey, it was a great show. I really enjoyed it. They actually said they're going to make a Penguin season 2.
Really? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Man, after he did that shit, I was done with the Penguin. I was like, there shouldn't even be a part 2, man. Like, I fucking hated him at the end of it, man.
Nah, I feel you.
Because I was like,
they did that on purpose though.
Yeah, because like but I just think the way that they were able to get the viewer to feel like a part of the story, it was great. You know, in terms of you know, I think the way they shot it too, like they would have a lot of shots where he's kind of looking at the camera, so you feel like you're kind of a part of it, and then you're learning more about like, you know, his support system, like, you know, the ladies he has that pretty much makes his alibis, you know, and his mother and, you know, Vic, you know, and things like that. And you realize, oh, this guy's not such a bad guy. You know, he seems cool. He's just good at extorting, knows he needs to extort, you know, but then you realize he does it to everybody in the most ruthless fashion, you know, and,
let me
bro, he really, Colin Farrell really captures that element, bro. Definitely.
And the way the show ends, you see the Batman symbol in the background. So what DC was trying to do,
that was a great ending.
Is that, they're trying to set up, this is the most ruthless, dangerous guy outside of like, you know, the Joker or something in the city of Gotham. So now we know we're gonna get our redemption and see Batman beat the hell out of Penguin.
I hope.
Beat him to near death.
I don't even fuck with Batman.
Yeah, I'm a huge Batman fan.
Okay.
Like, you know, let me tell you something about Batman. He's designed. He's just gonna beat you to a pulp. Yeah. He's gonna say, "Talk."
Where is she? Where is she?
So just snap your neck and be like, "Yo, where's the victim? Like, where's the murder weapon? Like, bro, he's dead already, gang. Like, what are you asking questions
Yeah,
for?
man, stop hitting him. But yeah, no, my thing with Batman is like, to me is that like, you know, he is a troubled character too, but
yeah, that's why I said he's kind of like relatable to Daredevil a little bit, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I mentioned him to segue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the Penguin, I give that show a 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10, I think. That show was excellent. That show was awesome. And you know, if I was in the room with DC, pretty much, you know, in terms of deciding the future of where they go, I would think, just go to the next Batman movie and make the Penguin the villain. You know what I mean? Maybe the Joker is...
Yeah, he's definitely... I think they confirmed already that like it's going to be him. Mr. Freeze is probably going to be a villain too.
Okay.
I forgot. I don't know if they're going to bring Scarecrow in there.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, they're going to explore more of it. That's why I think they said they're going to bring back season 2, because I think what they're going to do is set this up for the Batman 2 movie. And then I think they're going to bring the season... to a Penguin in the middle of that, and then set for another Batman movie or something like a crossover of Batman, something else. I think that's their
yeah.
goal.
Well, right now I'm really impressed with DC because I loved the last Batman movie, the one with the Riddler. I thought that was great. So I think DC, you know, big ups to Marvel. I always love Marvel, but I think DC's above Marvel right now in terms of films.
My boy.
So yeah, it's just I see truth. You know, I speak the truth when I see it. You know, so you know. But yeah, I'm impressed with the Penguin. I think we're gonna keep reviewing Daredevil as it goes on, and we'll probably come out with some other shows too. What was the show you said I gotta watch?
Invincible.
Invincible.
Watch Invincible. Honestly, since you're interested in the Penguin, I gotta put you on another show called. You don't have Netflix, but you can watch it somewhere else.
All right.
Gotham. You should probably watch that show.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah.
It's a show about Batman before he's like actually Batman, but you see all his villains. And sometimes they face off, and you see a lot of Officer James Gordon. You see a lot of him. So
okay.
If you fuck with him, then you probably like the show. And Smallville. So
okay, yeah, that was the other one I remember you saying.
Smallville, Gotham, and there was another show that people were talking about.
Yeah, but I think what we'll do though is listen. Just let us know what you guys think about Daredevil and the Penguin. You know, let us know what we should watch next too. You know, Deuce and I will come up with some suggestions. You know, we're not done with music and pop culture topics or any other topics we've talked about before, but we are looking to get into movies and TV shows as well. So let us know what you want us to watch. Let us know, give us suggestions. You know, let us know what you thought of our reviews. You know, if we missed anything, for example. But I'm definitely looking forward to the movie and TV faction of our podcast.
Yeah. I've been waiting for this, bro. I've been waiting to talk about all the fucking movies and shows that been coming out, man. I'm pushing on some shit, bro.
I'm going to say in general.
Anybody else who hasn't been watching the shows I mentioned.
For sure. And I'll say this, though. I'm excited as a podcast for us to grow. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to be upgrading some things, too, man. You know, we're going to be making moves, talking about a whole bunch of new things, too, you know. And so, you know, we're figuring it out as we go, you know, and I'm glad that y'all are a part of it with us. I'm having a lot of fun today, you know. And yeah, you know, shout out to DC and Marvel for making some good shows. You know, y'all didn't waste my time, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, man, anything y'all want to tell the people before we head out, Deuce?
Yeah, thank all the TV shows I liked and held me down when I was on the home board. You know, it's really good to get, you know, that fun factor when you're just chilling and, you know, you have something to put on TV, you know. Gets you through the day sometimes, but
for sure, that's where we get the ideas from as artists, man. You know what I mean? When we watch these shows and things like that, it helps us think of other parts of our lives and intertwines, you know. But shout out to Deuce and Don podcast. Shout out to you, Deuce, for making this all possible. Baby. We are out, man.